Right, let's start. So this is the fourth lecture. Title for this lecture: Use of Lexicon Thesaurus Part 2. Here we will have the practice. We will have a look at a thesaurus dictionary. Right? Let's start it. Right, here some examples of using thesaurus dictionary. All right? Here we have terms on the left, and on the right here we have the synonyms and the equivalent meaning and some uses for these terms. Right? Let's start the first. Here we have the first term or the first word, abandon. It's a verb. Number one. First synonyms: give up or over, yield, surrender, leave, cede, let go, deliver up, turn over, relinquish. Example for the use for this word, abandon: I can see no reason why we should abandon the house to thieves and vandals. Another example, number two, as depart from, leave, desert, quit, go away from. An example for the use: the order was given to abandon ship. Three, other synonyms as desert, forsake, jilt, walk out on. An example: he even abandoned his fiance. E. Number four, another or other synonyms: give up, renounce, discontinue, forgo, drop, desist, abstain from. An example for the use: she abandoned cigarettes and whiskey after the doctor's warning. These are as verbs. Now synonyms as nouns, which will be number five: recklessness, intemperance, right? Wantonness, lack of restraint, unrestrained. An example for the use for these synonyms: he behaved with wild abandon after he received the inheritance. Now, abandoned as an adjective. Synonyms. Number one, the meaning or the synonym, left alone. It's the same as abandoned. Forlorn. It's the same as abandoned. Forsaken. Deserted. Neglected. Rejected. Shunned. Cast off or aside, jilted, dropped, outcast. An example for abandoned as a use: an abandoned infant was found on the church steps. Right? Another, totally alone. An example: she felt abandoned by her friends. It means as a totally alone here, abandoned. Number two, other synonyms: bad and immoral. And what else? Other synonyms: amoral, wicked, sinful, evil, corrupt, unprincipled, unrestrained, uninhibited, reprobate, loose, wanton, debauched, wild, dissolute, dissipated, profligate, depraved, lewd, lascivious, flagitious. An example for the use: his abandoned behavior soon landed him in jail. Right, let's continue. Here another term, right, in English, and its synonyms. We'll check the synonyms for this word in English and examples for the use. Abbreviate. Now, as a verb, synonyms. Part 1 for the synonyms for this word. Shorten as a verb, right? To make a word or something short. Compress, contract, truncate, trim, reduce, curtail. An example for the use for this term: we abbreviated some of the longer words to save space. We abbreviated means we shortened. Same meaning. They are synonyms, right? Number 2, shorten. Other groups for synonyms: cut, condense, abridge, abstract, digest, epitomize, summarize. US in America, they say synopsize. Sorry. An example for this use for the term: the school presented an abbreviated version of A Midsummer Night's Dream. Right? Here, just a moment. Yeah, which is this? Sorry. Right. Okay, what else? Abbreviated now as an adjective. Synonyms: skimpy, brief, revealing. An example for the use for this term abbreviated, right, in a sentence: the dancers, abbreviated costumes shocked some members of the audience. Right? So the dancers' abbreviated costumes as an adjective here. Costumes means clothes. Shocked some members of the audience. Now, abbreviation as a noun. Synonyms: initialism, right? Acronym, shortening, construction, right? An example for the use of abbreviation as a noun: UK is one kind of abbreviation, or initialism, right? NATO, which is pronounced as a word, is another, usually called an acronym. Another term: abdicate. As a verb, synonyms for this word: give up, re-announce, disclaim, waive, disown, all right, surrender, yield, relinquish, abandon, resign, quit. An example for the word abdicate as a use: he abdicated all responsibility for care of the children in the past, but it's used here as a verb. Another example: she abdicated the throne to marry a commoner. Right? Abduct as a verb. Synonyms: kidnap, carry off, make away or off with, seize. Slang use or slang American English: snatch and grab. An example for the use of abduct as a verb: the child that was abducted is safe. That was abducted means that was kidnapped. Okay? Abet as a verb. First group, synonyms: encourage, urge, instigate, incite, provoke, egg on, prod, goad, aid, help, assist. An example for the use of abet as a verb: the jury found that his wife had abetted him in the murder. Other groups for synonyms: number 2, countenance, approve or approve of, support, endorse, second, sanction, condone, further, advance, promote, uphold. An example for the use of abet: by failing to inform on the terrorists, The neighbors abetted the bombing. Right? Right. Now another term, ambience. As a noun, synonyms, in ambience, pending, ambient, reserved, in reserve, shelved, pushed or shoved or shunted aside. What else? Postponed, put off, suspended. In American English, tabled. An example for the use of ambience, temporarily inactive. Sorry, other synonyms these are, not a sentence, sorry. Dormant, right? Latent. Colloquial, all right? In a holding pattern. What else? On the back burner. Slang on hold, right? In the deep freeze. On the shelf, on ice, hanging fire, right? An example for the use now. Yeah. An example for the use, the sentence. Legal proceedings were held in abeyance so that talks could take place. Right? What else? To reach an out-of-court settlement. Right. Next page. Another term, allegation. As a noun, synonyms for allegation, charge, accusation, yeah, complaint, assertion, avowal, asseveration, claim, declaration, statement, deposition. An example now for the use for the term allegation as a noun. I resent the allegation that I don't bath often enough. Allege as a verb now. The synonyms for allege, declare, aver, state, assert, charge, affirm, avow, asseverate, depose, and say. An example for the use of allege as a verb. The guard alleged that he had caught the boy climbing in a basement window. Right. Alleged as an adjective here. Synonyms for alleged, described, designated, claimed, avowed, stated, purported, yeah, so-called, suspected, supposed, assumed, presumed, what else? Hypothetical, conjectural, yes. An example for the use of alleged as an adjective. The press reported that the alleged assailant had confessed. He is awaiting a trial for his alleged involvement in the bombing. Right. Another term, alliance as a noun here. Synonyms for alliance as a noun. First group, union, confederation, combination, federation, pact, league, association, coalition, affiliation, connection, bond, unity, affinity. Example for the use of alliance. The alliance between the two empires has been faithfully maintained. Second group, synonyms, marriage, right, with other meanings. Affinity. Example for the use of alliance as a noun here. The alliance between the two families was wielded by the children born of it. Right? as the meaning as a marriage or affinity. But here, the meaning for the use of alliance as union, as confederation, combination, and so on. Now, a lot as a verb, synonyms for a lot as a verb: distribute, apportion, allocate, earmark, assign, parcel or dole or dole out, deal or deal out, divide, share or share out, dispense. An example for the use of allot as a verb: the millionaire allotted an equal share of his fortune to each of his children. Right? Allotment. Now as a noun, but here allot as a verb. First group of synonyms. Number one, share, apportionment, ration, portion, quota, allowance, measure. An example for the use of allotment as a noun: each prisoner was given a daily allotment, as a portion here, right, or as a part, of 4 ounces of black bread and a cup of water. Right? Second group of synonyms for the word allotment: garden plot, kitchen garden, patch, tract, plot, bridge, market garden, right? In British English, market garden. In US English, truck garden. An example for the allotment as a noun with these synonyms here: if I don't answer the phone, it's because I am digging my allotment. Right? Right, yes. Next. Anachronism. Yes, anachronism. As a noun, synonyms for anachronism as a noun: misdate, misdating, misapplication, antedate, antedating. Right. Procronism, postdate, postdating. Parachronism. An example for the use of anachronism as a noun: the poster showing Cleopatra smoking a cigarette is anachronism. A prochronism, to be specific. Analyze as a verb. First group, synonyms: take apart or to pieces, separate, dissect, break down, anatomize. An example for analyze as a verb: if we analyze these statistics for England and Wales, we find no pattern. Another example: the scientists are analyzing the internal constitution of a glacier. Second group of synonyms with other meanings: to examine, investigate, study, scrutinize. Yes, scrutinize. Interpret, assess, evaluate, critique, criticize, review, estimate, assay, test. An example for analyze with these synonyms, with these meanings, we must first explicitly define and analyze the nature of the sample we found. Analysis as a noun. First group, synonyms now: examination, investigation, study, scrutiny, inquiry, or inquiry. The difference between spelling for this and this, between British English and American English. Dissection, assay, breakdown, division. An example for the use of analysis as a noun: the analysis has shown the presence of arsenic in her soap. Second group of synonyms: interpretation, opinion, judgment, criticism, critique, review. An example for the use: She disagrees with our analysis of the poem. Another term, ancestor, as a noun, synonyms, forbear, forefather, forerunner, precursor, right? Precursor, right? Antecedent, formal prognita, formal prognita. All right, primogenitor, yeah, and here formal progenitor, and here primogenitor. An example for the use of ancestor: his ancestors were transported to Australia in a prison ship, and he is proud of it. The Eohippus, only a foot high, was the ancestor of the horse. Anchor, as a noun, first group of synonyms for anchor. Mooring, an example for the use of anchor: the ship rode at anchor in the harbor. Second group of synonyms: stability, security, mainstay, support, stabilizer, hold fast, sheet anchor. An example for anchor: Marie is an anchor to windward for George, who tends to be a bit irresponsible, right? As a support for George, right? As a verb, third group here, synonyms as a verb, anchor. Now, attach, affix, secure, moor, fix, fasten, pin, rivet, glue. An example for anchor as a verb: you must anchor the foundation before adding the walls. Another example: she remained anchored to the spot, refusing to move. Right? What else? Assign now, as a verb, first group of synonyms: allot, allocate, apportion, consign, appropriate, distribute, give and give out, grant. An example for the use of assign as a verb: a water ration was assigned to each person. Second group of synonyms: fix, sit or sit apart or aside, settle or settle on, determine, appoint, authorize, designate, ordain, right? Prescribe, specify. An example for the use of assign as a verb: have they really assigned Thursday as the day of worship? Yeah. Another example: please sit in the seats assigned to you. Third group of synonyms: appoint, designate, order, name, delegate, nominate, attach, choose, select. British English, second. An example for these synonyms: the men have been assigned to their posts. Another example: I assigned David to look after the champagne. Fourth group of synonyms: attribute, ascribe, accredit, put down, refer. An example for the use as these synonyms: to which century did the curator assign this vase? Another term: assignment, as a noun here. First group of synonyms: allotment, allocation, right? Apportionment, giving and giving out. Distribution. An example for the use of assignment: assignment of posts in the cabinet is the responsibility of the Prime Minister. Second group of synonyms, task as work, obligation, responsibility, car, duty, position, post, charge, job, mission, commission, lesson, homework. An example for the use of assignment as these synonyms here. Every agent is expected to carry out his assignment. Another example, the school assignment for tomorrow is uneasy on Alexander Pope. Third group of synonyms, appointment, designation, naming, nomination. An example according to these synonyms, the assignment of Neil McKay to the post was a stroke of genius. Fourth group of synonyms, designation, specification, ascription. An example for the use according to these synonyms, in ancient medicine, the assignment of the functions of the organs was often wrong. Right? Now, assist as a verb. Assist as a verb. First group of synonyms here, aid, help. Second, support. An example for the use of assist as a verb, he could walk only if assisted by the nurse. Second group of synonyms, further, promote, abet, support, benefit, facilitate. An example for the use according to these synonyms, the rumors will not assist his election. Third group of synonyms, to assist, help, succor, serve, work for or with, relieve. An example for the use of like these synonyms, she has always assisted the poor. Assisted as helped here. Right? Right. Assistance as a noun here. Synonyms, help, aid, support, succor, backing, reinforcement, relief, and benefit. An example for the use as a noun for assistance, can you get up without my assistance? The scholarship fund offered financial assistance. Now, assistant also as a noun, but we'll look what's the difference between assistance noun and assistant noun. Number one, helper. Oh yeah, with ER, it means person. Now, assistant is a person, but assistance is the action. Noun, but the action. That's what we do. But assistant is the person who does this. Number one, helper, helpmate, or helpmeet. Aid, aid with E, aid, D, and camp together. And second, right? An example for the use of assistant as a noun for persons. These systems make use of rhymes as assistance to the memory. Right, as assistance to the memory. So it's not necessary as person here, but also something that work as a person. Right, which is the systems. They work as a person. Two, other group, deputy, subordinate, subsidiary, auxiliary, underlying, sorry. An example, he is now the assistant to the sales manager. He is the assistant. Now it's a person here in this example. Right? Other terms, right? Aura as a noun, synonyms for aura, air, atmosphere, feeling, ambience or ambiance, with different spelling A and E. Spirit, character, quality, odor, aroma, emanation. An example for the use of aura as a noun. There is an aura of elegance about the woman that impresses everyone she meets. Right. Auspices as a noun. Synonyms: aegis, sponsorship, authority, protection, support, backing, supervision, guidance, patronage, sanction, approval, control, and influence. An example for auspices: the competition is under the auspices of the Astronomical Society. Right, as a sponsorship here. Auspices as sponsorship of the Astronomical Society. Yeah. Right. Authentic as an adjective. Synonyms: genuine, real, actual, bona fide, factual, accurate, true, legitimate, authoritative, reliable, right, veritable, trustworthy, faithful, and disputed. An example for authentic: this is an authentic Chippendale chair. Right. Authenticate as a verb. Synonyms now: verify, validate, certify, substantiate, endorse, vote for, confirm, corroborate. An example for authenticate as a verb: you will have to go to the council to have your passport authenticated. Right? Authenticated here as verified. Right? Author as a noun: creator, originator, inventor, father, founder, framer, initiator, maker, prime mover, architect, designator, designer here, architect, designer, writer, it's a person, right? Novelist, literature. An example for the use of author as a person: Adolfo was the author of the plot to kill the governor. Authoritarian, it's an adjective here. Synonyms for authoritarian: dictatorial, imperious, totalitarian, yeah. Autocratic, arbitrary, absolute, right? Dogmatic, right? Domineering, strict, severe, unyielding, right? Tyrannical, right? Despotic, colloquial, it's colloquial here. Colloquial, bossy, right? An example for the use of authoritarian as a noun, as an adjective, why do people ever elect an authoritarian government? As a dictatorial government. Yeah, here. Another synonym for authoritarian: dictatorial. Now, authoritative as an adjective here. Authoritative. Synonyms for authoritative: number one, official, valid, authentic, documented, certified, validated, legitimated or legitimate, sanctioned, conclusive. An example for the use of authoritative as an adjective: the second edition is usually considered the authoritative one. Second group of synonyms: scholarly, learned, authentic, valid, sound, veritable, right? Verifiable, accurate, factual, faithful, dependable, reliable, trustworthy, true, truthful. An example for the use for authoritative as synonyms for second group: there is no more authoritative source than Professor Fitzo, right, on early Egyptian history, right? Right. Now another term or other terms that start with letter B. We start with letter B this term. Babble as a verb. Synonyms first group: brattle, twaddle, jabber, gibber, right? Chatter, blab, blabber, gargle, barble, gabble, right? Colloquial: blab, blabber, right? Gab, yak, natter, witter, British rabbit. In British English, they use rabbit, right? An example for the use of babble as a verb: the silly fellow kept babbling away, but no one was listening. Another example, right? Madeleine is still too young to talk and just babbles to herself. Second group of synonyms, right? Divulge, tell, disclose, repeat, reveal, tattle, gossip, blurt out. Colloquial English: blab. An example for the use according to these synonyms: don't tell Nigel about the affair, he will babble it all over town. Right? It means he will tell here. He will babble, it means he will tell, or he will repeat. Now babble as a noun. 3 synonyms: gibberish, nonsense, twaddle, brattle, chattering, gibber, jabber, gibber and jabber, right? Drivel, rubbish, bavardage, right? Murmur, hubbub. Example for the use of babble as a noun here: Ila's conversation, about the financial market is just so much babble, as a rubbish, right? Nonsense. It means nonsense, right? Does not believe it. Baby as a noun. First group of synonyms here for baby. For baby: infant, neonate, newborn, baby, baby in arms, child, toddler, and tot. An example for the use of baby as a noun: the baby is just beginning to teeth. Right. As a verb, baby as a verb, yeah. The use or synonyms: to cosset, to coddle, pamper, mollycoddle, indulge, spoil, and pet. An example for the use of baby as a verb: he turned out that way because he was babied till he was 10. Another example: I know you like to be babied when you are ill. Back as a verb. First group of synonyms: invest in, wagger or bit on. An example for back: she backed a 35 to 2 long shot in the derby and she won. Second group of synonyms: also, back up, a support, applaud, stand behind, promote, encourage, help, uphold, second side with or second only, side with, endorse, aid, abet, assist, sponsor, subsidize, underwrite, subvene, finance, slang, and American English, and Canadian bankroll. Right? An example for this back, or for the term back, as this second group synonyms. Your mother and I will back you if you want to start a business. Will back you means, yeah, will support you. Right? All right. Another example. Be reverse. Right? Okay, in your business. Right. Be reverse. What else? Other synonyms. Go or move in reverse. What else? Go or move backwards. An example, according to these synonyms, he backed into the driveway. Means he went back. A third group of synonyms, back down, or back from, or off, from, or away from, or out of, or up, withdraw from, or retreat from. Right? What else? Or abandon, or retire from, or backtrack from, or shy away, or shy from, or recoil from, or turn tail, or turn tail from. An example, according to these synonyms, when Percy stood up to him, the bully backed down. Another example, the investment sounded risky, so I backed off. Another example, Philippa backed out of singing the leading role. Another example, back up and give me room. Now back as a noun, not as a verb. Right? Fourth group of synonyms. Backside, rare, technical dorsum. An example, as a noun, she stood with her back towards me. Fifth group of synonyms. At the back of, or at. Someone is back and behind. Back as an adjective. As an adjective. The use of back as an adjective. Right? Synonyms. Rare, surface, servants. An example for back as an adjective. Both back tires are flat. Please use the back staircase from now on. Now, 12. American and Australian and New Zealand outlying. Other synonyms. Remote, isolated, distant, undeveloped, primitive, raw, rough, uncivilized. An example, according to these synonyms, they raised 3 boys in the back country, and all of them became doctors. 13, number 13, group of synonyms. In arrears, overdue, past due, late, behindhand. An example, according to these synonyms, the tax inspector has advised me that I owe thousands in back taxes. Now back as an adverb, group number 14. To or towards, the rare, rearward, or rearwardus, backwardus, away. An example, according to these synonyms, we beat back the enemy in severe hand-to-hand fighting. Another example, I accepted his offer at once. Let he should draw back. Another example, get back from the edge. Group 15 of synonyms. In return, or repayment, or requital, or retaliation. Again, an example, I'll pay you back when I have the money. Another example, she gave him back as good as he had given. Group 16 of synonyms. Ago, in time, or in times, or in time past. An example, 2 generations back. His was the finest house in the town. Group 17 of synonyms: behind, hand, in, arrears. Overdue. An example: we are a week back in the rent. Group 18 of synonyms: go back on. Renege, fail, deny, disavow, break, repudiate. An example: he has gone back on his promise to send the payment on the 1st of every month. Right? Another term: backbone, as a noun. First group of synonyms for backbone: spine, spinal column. An example: he is much better since the surgery. Right? Right. I think we stop for a while here and we carry on later, inshallah. Right? Right, we carry on. So next term here, we'll go through these terms in brief. Right? We have here backer as a noun, a person or a device or a tool that backs a person or backs something. First group synonyms: supporter, advocate, promoter, sponsor, patron. An example here. Right. Background. Right. Background, sorry. Here as a noun, synonyms here: history, experience, qualifications, right? Credentials, grounding, training, breeding, upbringing, family, curriculum, and so on. Second group of synonyms: distance, offing, horizon, obscurity, and so on. Second group of synonyms: in the background, inconspicuous, unnoticed, unobtrusive, behind the scenes, out of the limelight or spotlight, unseen, out of the public eye, right? And backstage. And the use, right? Backing as a noun, synonyms: support, help, aid, assistance, right? Succor, approval, endorsement, patronage, approval, sponsorship, and the use. Second group of synonyms: investment, money, funds, funding, subsidy, grant, and sponsorship, and the use. And here backlash and backward and their synonyms here. Right, let's go to the next page. More examples. Here we have beach as a noun, synonyms: shore, right? Lakeshore, bank, seashore, seaside, lido, strand, coast, margin, formal, littoral, and the use. As a verb, synonyms: ground, run aground, strand, careen, and so on. Right. Beacon as a noun, synonyms: signal, sign, fire, light, bonfire, flare, signal fire, very light, rocket, and lighthouse, pharos, and so on, and the use here. Example. And here we have beam and beamy and so on. What else? Other examples? Bias as a noun, synonyms: first group: prejudice, partiality, inclination, leaning, bent, disposition, propensity, tendency, right? Predilection, predisposition, right? Proclivity, yes, and examples for the use. Second group of synonyms: angle, slant, diagonal. Third group of synonyms, influence, impulse, weight, and an example. Here and here examples for the use. Bias as a verb, synonyms, influence, affect unduly or unfairly, sway, incline, prejudice, color, taint, and predispose, and example for the use. And here, biased as an adjective and bicker as a verb. Bicker as a verb. Right. Let's have other examples. Bite as a verb, synonyms, nib, chew, gnaw. Examples for the use: that dog of yours bit a piece out of my ankle. Second group of synonyms, sting, and the example. As a noun, bite. Third group, mouthful, morsel, scrap, bit, piece, taste, snack, slang, and nosh, and example for the use. Bitting, an adjective, and here are the synonyms. Bitter as an adjective. First group of bitter as an adjective, synonyms, harsh and acerbic, acrid, right? Sharp, caustic, mordant, and an example for the synonyms. Second group synonyms here, unappetizing, right? Distasteful, unsavory, unpleasant, hard to swallow or take, irritating, obnoxious, disagreeable, nasty, painful, unwelcome, unpalatable, and examples. Third group of synonyms, miserable, grievous, dispiriting, and distressing, cruel, right? Distressful, and examples for the use. And fourth group of synonyms, fifth group of synonyms, sixth group of synonyms, and so on. You check it on your own, you can read. And here we have as an example, bitterness as a noun, right? Bizarre as an adjective. Synonyms here you see, right? First group of synonyms, second group of synonyms, and examples of or for the use, right? Next page. And these examples, these terms as cab, noun, it's a taxi, taxi cab, obsolete, horse-drawn, hackney, handsome, cab, old-fashioned, American, hack. Example for the use of cab as a noun: a cab picked me up and dropped me at the hotel. Cable as a noun, and synonyms here you see synonyms and the use. Example: cable as a verb, here are the synonyms. Cabaret as a noun, group of synonyms for cabaret. Number one, nightclub, club, night sport, and example for the use. And second group of synonyms, floor show, entertainment, amusement, and an example. Cabin as a noun, synonyms for cabin. Number one, hut, shack, cottage, cot, shanty, bungalow, lodge, chalet, Scott's boothie, an example for the use here. Second group of cabin, stateroom, compartment, berth, an example for the use. And here, cabinet as a noun, synonyms for the cabinet: cupboard, bureau, chief robe, commode, chiffonier, chest of drawers, chest on chest, tall boy, American English, high boy, low boy, an example for the use. Second group of synonyms: council, ministry, committee, advisors, senate, an example for the use. Cable, noun, and synonyms here for this word cable as a noun: wire, line, rope, hawser, chain, mooring, strand, guy, and examples for the use and second group of synonyms. And so on here. You find it. Right. Other terms here. Right. And synonyms for each term. Right. You find synonyms and examples for the use. Right. Here, another page for other examples for other terms like castle as a noun, first group of synonyms, fortress, stronghold, citadel, an example for the use, and second group of synonyms, mansion, palace, manor house, hall, right, and shift 2. Example for the use here, right, casual. Just a moment, sorry. Let's carry on. All right. Here, another word or another term, casual as an adjective. Synonym for casual, accidental, chance, random, fortuitous, unexpected, unforeseen, unpremeditated, unplanned, unforceable, unpredictable, serendipitous. An example for the use, third group, indifferent, nonchalant, offhand, insouciant, apathetic, cool, unconcerned, and so on. And here fourth group of synonyms, fifth group of synonyms and examples. Here as a noun, casualty. Synonyms, disaster, catastrophe, calamity, accident, mischance, and so on. Second group of synonyms, victim, fatality, colloquial, statistic, and an example of this in a use. Another term, catastrophe as a noun. Synonyms for catastrophe, disaster, calamity, and cataclysm. An example for the use here. Now we have finished the topic or the lecture, and here we have an exercise on this lecture. Exercise: give synonyms in English for the following terms here. Right? Synonyms. Some of the synonyms here. And one example for the use, one sentence for the use of these terms in English. Right? So you write some synonyms here, and then full stop, and then write an example, a sentence. Number 1, castle. Number 2, cable. 3, cage. 4, cab. 5, cabin. 6, bite. 7, beta. 8, bias. 9, beach. 10, assign. 11, assist. 12, abbreviate. 13, allegation. So write some synonyms here. Not a lot. 3, 4, and 5, and so on. Some synonyms. As choose one, for example, as a noun, or 2 as a noun, 2 as a verb, and then examples for the use, right? To show that you understand and you know how to work in what we call it thesaurus or thesaurus dictionaries, right? We stop here. This is the end for this lecture. Thank you very much. Good luck. See you. Goodbye. Goodbye.